Good morning, everyone. I'm Rahnee Alvarez from the National Archives of Australia, and I'm here to talk about the project that I worked on in 2016-17. Um, and my title is Mass Digitization, the Good, the Bad, and the Aftermath. I joined the archives in 2002, and back then we had depreciation funding. So we did a lot of copying both in-house and outsourcing. I still remember we'd send out a quarter-inch tape and we'd get back a CD. It was all very, very exciting. Like, look how thin that is. But nowadays, you outsource and you get back one of these, a hard drive. Okay? This contains one file. May contain thousands of files. This costs $30. This costs $250,000. Okay, so please don't tweet that that's really blank. Um, so what I wanted to talk about was the project that we did in 2016-17. The driving force behind that was deadline 2025, which states that if you don't do anything with your mag collection by 2025, it's likely to disappear. So we analyzed our collection, our mag collection, and determined that 234,500 items still needed digitization. So we were actively digitizing, but that's what was left. Our fairy godmother gave us a lot of money, about 3 million worth, and said, well, you have three goals. The first goal is to set up a panel of providers for the provision of mag copying that can be used not just by the archives, but other Commonwealth agencies as well. The second is so digitize at least 10% of what was remaining to do. And the third was you have a deadline, end of financial year. You have to finish that. Anyone who works in government knows that's how money is appropriated. But by the time the panel was finalized, it was about mid-December, and while we were able to sign some deeds of standing offers by Christmas, it wasn't really until mid-January when we were able to finalize work orders and send out the materials for digitizing. So effectively, that only left us with 5.5 months of digitization time. The good news is, it's a good news story. We did achieve all of those things. Establish a panel it's available on Ostender. Anyone who wishes to use that, just contact me after. Money involved, but it won't be substantial. I'm kidding. APS code of conduct. Okay. So we had 3 video providers and 4 audio providers. We also digitized way more than we expected. So instead of 10%, it's 18.1%. And it's 42,500 items that we were able to send out. And we met the deadline. But I wanted to stress that all of that couldn't have been done without the teams working together, the archives working together across teams to achieve this. Hashtags archives way. So it's good. It's good. We were able to do that in the Sydney office. The project team had the data team, the AV press in general, video storage, audio press, and we also had the support from our executive board, finance, procurement, HR, and especially the suppliers. So we really collaborated with suppliers to make sure we met that goal. And the other good thing was we managed to have additional funding for the following year, although it was substantially lower. And because of the funding, we were able to commissioned a new work order for 2018 as well. So it was small, but that brought up the amount we digitized to 18.8%. So it was um, the bad. Of course, there's bad. There's good and there's bad. Bad is ingest wasn't included in the original project. We had reduced staffing, substantially reduced. So we were down to two, basically. Um, Funding for forward years was not assured. We had equipment delays, we had system limitations, we had complications with compilations. Say that quickly, 3 times. We had difficulty working with LTO tapes, and we still, because we're working archives, we're still receiving new transfers. So any dent we were making was quickly being filled up again. So that's another challenge. And this is what I wanted to really talk about is the aftermath. So the digitization part took 6 months. Yes, a big chunk of the collection had been digitized in such a short amount of time, a volume which we can't really replicate in-house. But on the flip side, the sheer volume meant that we had so much work ahead of us. So that's how many we received. 47,700 files on these various media storage. So the following year was spent antivirus checking because that's a really important thing for us. We cannot plug anything into our network that hasn't been virus checked. We had to do the compliance, the checksums, the manifest checks, the warranty period, QC. And for anyone doing outsourcing, I can't stress enough how important QC is. Really important. Now, the problem with LTO is anytime you want to do anything with it, you have to restore the file. And if we were to plug it into our network, we need to make sure that all files in the LTO have been virus checked. Even that simple virus checking takes a few seconds. Restoring the LTO takes 8 hours. Imagine how much work that is. So if anyone knows of any software that can actually directly check LTO, please come and see me after. We also had to manage expectations in a changing workplace. Everyone's workforce is getting smaller. We have shrinking budget. We're always battling obsolescence. There's always this argument about preservation and access. You can't really give access without preserving. So that's something that we just need to keep in mind. And all of this means that we need extra storage. So for this project alone, 1.5 petabytes of storage is what's required. And so the ingest process, we've been ingesting, and we're 36% done with audio, but video we haven't even started ingesting. But the good news is we are building digital capability. We're getting a new enterprise grade storage, and we've got a digital archiving task force to look at our end-to-end processes. So that's good. So I just wanted to talk about digitization for a minute here. A lot of people think that digitization is the end all and be all. Okay, you get funding. For some suppliers, they don't understand. Like they just think, well, you dispatch the items to us, we digitize, let's resolve problems, you get your files back. But the thing is, there's so much work pre and post. So that's how much work. You have to analyze collection, make sure you're sending out the right things. You need to describe items. You have to set up a project. You retrieve, you do data checks. In post, there's returning the items, quality control, your pre-ingest work, your ingest work. and then it's preserved and accessible. So of course, that's the important bit, preserved and accessible, but that's not really the end of it. There's ongoing file management. So you do health checks, you migrate your file. In a few years, you have to do health checks again. And then you have to migrate the file. And then you have to do health checks again. And then you do that. You get the picture, okay? So that is what you have to do. I know I only have over time, but bear with me 30 more seconds. I want to just explain this in another way using Star Wars. Okay, so digitization, you have Han Solo, young, brash, ready to fight for the rebellion. If you digitize and you don't do anything with that except receive the hard drive, then basically you're encasing him in carbonite. He's useless except for decoration. So what you need to do is unfreeze him. So then he's back to his old handsome self again. Now, in terms of digital management, you have to make sure he's healthy and happy and alive, so then he can come back in 32 years. So yeah, he's older, he's crankier, but he's still Han Solo. And that is digital preservation. So thank you.